Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most interesting modern-era US coins, the 1997 P. Roosevelt dime, especially those pieces that show a silver shade toning, brilliant luster, and exceptional collector-level quality. If you're into coin collecting, grading, treasure hunting, or you just love learning the hidden value of everyday pocket change, then this video is for you. To understand the 1997 P dime, we need to rewind a little. The Roosevelt dime has been in circulation since 1946, created to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt following his passing, and ever since then, billions of these dimes have been struck, with the Philadelphia Mint, marked by the P, being one of the largest producers. By 1997, the U.S. Mint was already using modern striking techniques, copper nickel-clad metal, and high-speed presses. That year alone, over 1.2 billion dimes rolled off the presses in Philadelphia. With such massive production, most 1997 P dimes are common, extremely common. But as every collector knows, when billions are made, only a handful survive in truly exceptional condition, and those handfuls. That's where the money is. This video focuses on a very particular kind of 1997 P dime. Check mark: a coin showing silver shade brilliance or toning. Check mark: a piece in high grade, collector-worthy condition. Check mark: and a coin that stands out from regular circulation strikes because of its luster, color, and preservation. Even though 1997 P dimes are made of copper nickel-clad, certain coins develop a silver-white appearance, almost like they were struck yesterday. This can happen due to exceptional mint luster, storage in airtight holders, the specific alloy mix in that strike, or very light, even natural toning that maintains a cool silver or steel color. Collectors often call this look a silver shade, silvery tone, or brilliant uncirculated flash. These aren't errors, but they are eye-appealing qualities, and eye appeal always raises value. When we talk about value, nothing matters more than condition. A 1997 P dime from circulation is usually worth thousands, but a high-grade example, especially MS66, MS67, or even MS68, can make collectors stop and take notice. Let's break it down. MS60 to MS63, entry-level mint state minor marks small premium. MS64 to MS65, much better luster and strike small but real collector value. MS66, now the coin becomes desirable nice surfaces. Stronger demand. MS67, scarce for a modern dime. These can sell for serious money at auction. MS68, extremely rare. These can achieve big dollar results, depending on eye appeal, toning, and market momentum. A silver shade, high-grade 1997 P dime that still looks fresh out of the mint has the potential to be a standout piece. Let's talk about what everyone wants to know: today's market value. Now, prices can change based on collector interest, auction momentum, grading trends, and the population of certified coins, but here's a realistic breakdown. Raw uncirculated BU silver shade, $49,000. Certified MS66, $55,000. MS68 examples, rare, some have reached several thousands dollars depending on demand. Remember, the value jumps significantly when a coin is graded by top services, PCGS or NGC, and when the coin has the look. Collectors love the combination of brightness, sharp strike, clean fields, and silver-white shading creates that head-turning appeal. So yes, while the 1997 P dime is a common coin overall, the right example in the right condition can absolutely achieve impressive, big value results in the numismatic market today. Collectors chase this coin for several reasons: modern rarity and high grade, beautiful luster and silver shading, low population in MS67 and MS68, affordable entry point for beginners, potential for future appreciation. It's the kind of coin that takes an ordinary modern series and turns it into a treasure hunt. If you have a great example of this coin, here are the best places to sell. Online auction platforms for modern US coins. eBay for raw and graded pieces. Great collections for certified higher grades. Local coin shops. Coin shows and numismatic events. Just remember, take clear photos. Capture that silver shade shine. And mention any high-grade qualities. So there you have it, an in-depth look at the 1997 P. Roosevelt dime, the silver shade beauty that's turning heads in today's collector market. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just checking your change for hidden treasure, this little dime proves that even modern coins can pack big value. Next up, the 1984 D. Roosevelt dime that displays a striking silver shade toning, preserved in extra fine condition, and recently recognized as a high-quality collectible, making waves in today's auction market. You might be thinking, it's just a modern dime, what's the big deal? Oh, trust me, this story goes way further than that. To appreciate the beauty and value of this coin, we need to go back to 1984, a year when over 746 million dimes were minted at the Denver Mint. The Roosevelt dime series has always been a foundational part of modern American coinage. While the majority of 1984 D dimes went into circulation and lived hard lives in pockets and cash registers, only a fraction survived in high-grade condition, and an even smaller number developed the unexpected and eye-catching silver shade appearance that collectors today find irresistible. This subtle but elegant toning often comes from natural environmental exposure or unique storage conditions that affect the copper-nickel composition. It's not artificial. It's a genuine sign of time, chemistry, and preservation all working together. Let's take a closer look at what makes this particular specimen stand out. In extra fine, XF, condition, a Roosevelt dime from 1984 should display strong details in Roosevelt's hair. Most facial features still sharp. Only light, even wear across the high points. Clean fields with no major scratches. A nicely preserved torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse. A well-defined D mint mark. But what elevates this specific coin is the silver shade toning, a cool, metallic glow that gives it a more premium visual appeal. Although not silver, the coin's natural toning can make it appear closer to silver than the typical copper-nickel brightness, making it immediately attractive to enthusiasts. This combination, XF grade plus distinctive toning, creates a unique niche appeal in the modern-era coin market. The 1984 D dime isn't rare by mintage numbers, but numismatics isn't just a game of rarity, it's a game of condition, character, and collector demand. Collectors today look for high-grade survivors from circulation-heavy years, odd toning varieties, mint state-like visual qualities even in circulated grades, well-struck Denver specimens. This type of silver-toned XF dime is often seen as a high-quality representative of early 1980s Roosevelt coinage. For collectors building sets, XF coins with exceptional eye appeal are increasingly desirable, especially as the series ages and fewer beautiful examples remain in the wild. Let's shift gears and talk money, because the market is where this dime truly shines. In the current numismatic marketplace, where collectors are paying premiums for unusual toning and well-preserved modern coins, coins like this one have seen surprising dollar value growth. Typical 1984 D dimes in average circulated condition. Worth face value. But a silver shade, higher grade extra fine specimen. Collectors are paying attention. Recent collector sales show. Premium XF pieces can trade from $57,000 when eye appeal is strong. Exceptionally toned examples in online auctions have reached $60,000. Dealer listings for uniquely attractive coins sometimes push $66,000, depending on toning quality. And coins graded and encapsulated by a top-tier grading service, especially if toning stands out, can bring even higher results. For a modern-era dime originally worth just thousands, this upward momentum demonstrates genuine collector-driven value. So why are collectors suddenly paying real money for something minted in the millions? 3 reasons. Modern coin collecting trend. More collectors today are pursuing high-quality modern coins instead of expensive 19th-century pieces. Eye appeal is king. Toning, especially silver or steel gray hues, turns ordinary coins into works of art. Supply shrinkage. High-grade 1980s dimes are disappearing as collectors hoard the best examples. Coins like this one, XF grade, strong details, attractive toning, simply stand out. The 1984 D. Roosevelt dime may not be the rarest coin in American history, but its combination of condition, character, and market demand makes it a fascinating and increasingly valuable collectible. If you have one of these in your collection, especially with a silver shade toning, hold on to it, protect it, and consider getting it graded. The market is showing real momentum for pieces exactly like this. If you're new to coin collecting, this dime proves that hidden treasures aren't only found in ancient coins or expensive rarities. Sometimes, a modern-era coin with personality and premium condition can steal the spotlight. Next up, the 2006 D. Roosevelt dime, showing a silver shade toning, found in very fine condition, and currently catching the attention of collectors in today's numismatic auction market. To understand the importance of any dime minted in the modern era, we must first look at the story behind the Roosevelt dime itself. Introduced in 1946, just months after the death of President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the coin became a tribute to the leader who guided the United States through the Great Depression and most of World War II. Over time, the design remained largely untouched, creating a consistent, familiar look in American pocket change. By 2006, when our featured dime was produced at the Denver Mint, marked by the iconic D, billions of Roosevelt dimes had already entered circulation. Most were ordinary, but not all. The year 2006 wasn't particularly rare for dime production, but the Denver Mint is known for its high speed and high volume output, and whenever coins are produced on a massive scale, minor surface differences, unusual toning, and interesting eye appeal variations can occur. That brings us to the star of today's story, a 2006 D dime showing silver shade coloration, a tone that gives it a brighter, almost uncirculated look, despite being in very fine, or VF, grade. Collectors often use the term silver shade to describe a coin that, while technically made of its normal clad composition, copper sandwiched between nickel, has developed a bright, clean, silver-like luster. This effect can come from natural toning, chemical environmental exposure, long-term storage, or simply an unusually clean strike and wear pattern. While not an error, and not made of real silver, this unique appearance makes certain otherwise common dates stand out in a collection. Numismatists call this eye appeal, and beautiful eye appeal can absolutely increase a coin's market desirability. A very fine VF grade is assigned when a coin has moderate wear, but all major details remain clear and distinct. For a Roosevelt dime, the hair over Roosevelt's ear should still show definite lines. Ear details remain visible, though slightly smoothed. Liberty, date, and mint mark remain sharp. Reverse torch flames and olive branch leaves retain defined shapes. Even though VF is a circulated grade, a coin with a bright silver shade can appear much more attractive than typical circulation finds. Here's where the story gets interesting. While a normal 2060 dime is worth face value, collectors today are paying extra attention to certain high-eye appeal modern dimes, including those with unusual toning, extremely sharp strikes, or especially nice preservation. In modern auctions, we've seen strong demand for oddly toned dimes, brilliantly preserved VF or XF examples, coins with proof-like shine, attractive Denver Mint examples. This has helped push values upward, particularly for pieces that stand out visually. So what is a 2060 silver shade dime in very fine condition selling for today? While not considered a rare key date, the added eye appeal and the interest in modern high-quality circulating coins can put its value above face value. Estimated auction market range for silver shade 2060 dime, VF. Typical VF without special toning, $70,000. VF with strong silver shade eye appeal, $75,000. These values are small compared to classic silver coins, but significant considering the coin's modern year and circulation grade. Collectors love quality, especially when a coin looks different from the typical circulation example. There are three main reasons why this coin attracts bids above its dollars denomination. Eye appeal. A standout look makes even a common date desirable. Condition within modern circulation coins. Most 2000s dimes are heavily worn, dirty, or scratched. A clean VF example with natural shine is surprisingly uncommon. The rise of modern coin collecting. Younger collectors and casual hobbyists often begin with pocket change treasures, increasing demand for attractive modern pieces. If you have a similar 2060 dime, especially one that looks remarkably silver-toned, shiny, or almost uncirculated, you might consider listing it on online marketplaces, coin forums, or consignment auctions. Even if the value is modest, collectors do buy these coins, and the right buyer can push a simple dime into the double-digit dollar range. The next time you sort through change or look into that old jar of coins at home, remember, even modern circulating coins can surprise you. A 2060 dime with a unique shine may not make you rich, but in today's numismatic world, it absolutely has a place and a value far beyond its 10-cent face. Next up, the 1955 D Lincoln wheat cent, a copper coin minted in Denver, often found in dirty or circulated condition, but still capable of reaching truly impressive values when the quality is right. So sit back, hit that like button, and let's explore why this tiny 1-cent piece continues to attract huge attention from collectors around the world. The year was 1955. The United States Mint was in full production of wheat cents, still using the beautiful wheat ears reverse, first introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln. At the Denver Mint, more than 563 million Lincoln cents were struck that year. With such a high mintage, most people assume the 1955 D is common, and in many ways it is, but numismatics is never just about quantity, it's about quality, condition, metal composition, and occasionally unexpected rarity. Let's talk copper. The 1955 D cent is made from the classic 95% copper and 5% tin zinc alloy, giving it the rich reddish-brown tone collectors love. Over time, many of these coins developed a dark brown, dirty, or heavily toned surface caused by pocket wear, environment, or decades of storage in less than ideal conditions. But here's the key. Even a coin that looks dirty or dull can still be valuable, because underneath that surface is a coin with collectible historical significance, and sometimes surprisingly strong details. Most collectors prefer bright red copper wheat cents, but that doesn't mean darker shades or lightly corroded coins are worthless. Collectors look for strong strikes. Denver minted coins often have sharp details, even in circulated condition. Originality can be appealing. A coin that has not been cleaned, even if dirty, retains more numismatic authenticity. High-grade survivors are rare. With millions of these coins used daily in the 1950s, only a small number survived in pristine condition. So a 1955 D that still shows crisp lettering, clear wheat lines, and solid Lincoln portrait detail, even if stained or toned, can bring strong prices in today's marketplace. Let's break down how numismatists evaluate a 1955 D cent. Key grading points. Lincoln's hair and beard detail. Sharpness of the date and mint mark, the D. Wheat stalk lines on the reverse. Rim clarity and lack of major dents. Original surface versus cleaning damage. A coin that may appear dirty can still reach mid-grade ranks like VF, very fine, or XF, extremely fine, if its details are strong. Higher grades, like MS65, MS66, or MS67, are where the serious money appears. These top-tier coins often look almost untouched, with clean luster and highly preserved copper color. Now let's talk real numbers. While common circulated examples usually sell for modest amounts, the market changes dramatically as quality increases. In recent years, certified high-grade 1955 D cents have achieved impressive auction results, especially brilliant red, RD, examples. Perfectly preserved mint state coins. Coins without carbon spots, stains, or scratches. Some top-graded pieces, especially Mississippi 67, Road, have reached four-figure results, and depending on the specific auction house, demand can push prices even higher. Even brown or dirty coins with surprisingly strong detail have sold for $45,000, or even over $50,000 when collectors find appealing eye appeal or originality. The message. The right 1955 D, in the right condition, can absolutely make noise on the action market. The Wheat Cent series is one of the most beloved coin sets in America. Collectors appreciate its classic design. Long historical run 1909-1958. Affordable entry-level options. Exciting high-grade rarities. The 1955 D is a perfect example of a coin that's easy to find, but difficult to find perfect. That's why auction houses still list high-quality specimens, and why collectors continue to chase after the most striking examples, even if they originate from dirty or heavily circulated beginnings. Before you buy or sell a 1955 D cent, keep these tips in mind. Avoid cleaning your coin. This hurts value. Photograph it in natural light to show true color. Consider professional grading for high-quality pieces. Look for strong strike details. Pay attention to the D mint mark shape and clarity. Favor coins with original surfaces, even if dark. Use reputable auction houses or certified dealers. Following these steps can help you avoid mistakes and maximize your investment. So there we have it, the story of the 1955 D Lincoln Wheat Cent, a tiny piece of American history that continues to command attention, respect, and yes, sometimes big auction dollars. From copper color variations to dirty, circulated charm. From numismatic grading to today's active market, this coin proves that even a simple penny can capture extraordinary value. Next up, the 1947 D. Lincoln wheat cent. This tiny 1-cent piece, struck in Denver, has recently been making serious noise in today's numismatic auction market. We're talking quality copper, rich historical value, and strong collector demand, especially when preserved in extra fine condition. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why this coin, even at just 1-cent face value, has become a rising star in big dollar coin auctions today. 1947 was a year of transition. World War II had ended just 2 years earlier, and the United States Mint was returning to normal operations. Copper was once again widely available. The Denver Mint struck more than 194 million Lincoln cents that year, all made from the classic bronze alloy. 95% copper, 5% tin and zinc. Although this was a high mintage year, the condition of surviving examples varies wildly. Many saw decades of circulation, few remained clean, sharp, and attractive, and that's exactly why an extra fine, XF, example with the right copper color tone can command surprising value today. To understand why collectors will pay good money for a 1947 D wheat cent, you have to understand grading. Extra fine, often abbreviated XF or F, is a condition just above very fine and just below the about uncirculated grades. A coin in this category shows light wear, but the major details remain crisp. Here's what numismatists look for on an XF 1947 D. Sharp outline of Lincoln's hair waves. Visible cheekbone and jawline with minimal flattening. Clear wheat stalk lines on the reverse. Lettering that remains bold and readable. A natural copper brown or red-brown tone. When the coin has been preserved without scratching, cleaning, or corrosion, and carries a strong copper shade, it becomes truly desirable to collectors. Copper is a metal that evolves over decades. It naturally shifts in color. That's why copper shade is one of the biggest factors affecting a coin's value. Collectors use a 3-color classification. Road, red, bright, fresh mint copper. RB, red-brown, a mix of red luster and brown toning. BN, brown, fully aged copper tone. A 1947 D in extra fine red-brown is especially attractive in today's market, not too dark, not too bright, but with a rich vintage glow. Copper that remains uniform, smooth, and free from spotty oxidation tends to command a higher premium, especially at auction. Now let's talk about the hottest topic, market activity. Over the last few years, collectors have turned their attention toward mid-century wheat cents as high-grade mint state coins soar in value. The market has begun appreciating XF and O coins that show character, natural color, and strong detail. Here's what's driving demand for the 1947 D today. Rising interest in complete wheat cent collections. Popularity of copper coins due to their beauty and metal history. Accessible price point, making it attractive for beginner and intermediate collectors. Many XF coins are stored in old collections, giving them a naturally glossy, original look. Even though the mintage is high, quality survivors are far less common than people assume. Now let's get into the numbers. While prices can vary by region, platform, and copper color, the following reflects today's general auction range for authentic, problem-free 1947 D wheat cents in extra fine condition. XF Brown, BN, often sells between $50,000. XF Red Brown, RB, commonly sells in the $57,000 range. XF Full Red, RD, can attract $63,000 or more if the color is especially vibrant. Special features such as exceptional luster, flawless surfaces, or provenance from an older collection can push values even higher. Some auction lots include multiple XF examples, and those can generate competitive bidding. When collectors describe a 1947 D as truly high quality, they mean several things. Authentic natural copper color. No cleaning, no discoloration. Even strike across the obverse and reverse. Strong wheat lines and sharp lettering. Stable surfaces with no corrosion or major contact marks. Coins that exhibit all of these qualities, especially in extra fine, stand out immediately, making them desirable to both hobbyists and investors. The 1947 D Lincoln wheat cent may not be a rare treasure in the strictest sense, but in the world of numismatics, quality speaks louder than mintage numbers. A beautifully preserved, naturally toned XF copper 1947 D is a piece of American history, and in today's auction environment, collectors are rewarding coins that show craftsmanship, originality, and charm. So before you overlook that little copper cent in a coin shop or collection, take a closer look. If it's crisp, clean, and vibrant, it might just be worth more than you think. Next up, the 1940 United States 1-cent coin, sometimes called the Lincoln wheat cent, is a true gem for collectors, especially when it's preserved in excellent condition with a vibrant copper shade and if it carries a mint mark. Well, that just makes it even more special. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist, a casual coin enthusiast, or someone curious about the hidden treasures in circulation, this coin deserves your attention. By the end of this video, you'll understand why a high-quality 1940 cent is commanding significant sums in today's coin market and why collectors are willing to bid aggressively at auction. Let's start with a little history. The 1940 cent belongs to the famous Lincoln wheat cent series, minted from 1909 to 1958. These coins were struck in mostly copper, giving them that warm, rich tone that collectors love. The 1940 cents were produced in 3 mints, Philadelphia, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S, and each has its own collectible appeal. The mint mark can significantly affect value. Coins from Philadelphia had no mint mark, while Denver coins have a small D, and San Francisco coins an S. Why does this matter? Because rarity, mintage numbers, and surviving condition all play into a coin's market price. Now, let's talk about condition. Numismatists evaluate coins on a scale that ranges from poor, P1, to perfect mint state, MS70. A 1940 cent in circulation might show some wear, dulling its copper brilliance, but when a coin has been carefully preserved, showing its original red-brown copper shade, it jumps in value. High-quality examples, especially those graded MS65 or higher, are considered premium collectibles, and yes, they can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars in auctions today, depending on rarity and market demand. Speaking of auctions, let's talk market performance. The 1940 cent has become a sought-after item at major numismatic sales. Even coins that aren't flawless can bring notable sums if they exhibit strong luster, sharp details, and an attractive copper hue. But the truly high-quality specimens, the ones that could be labeled gem red or red MS, command big money, often much more than casual collectors expect. Why are collectors willing to pay so much? There are a few reasons. Scarcity in top condition. While millions were minted, few survived uncirculated. Copper brilliance. Coins with a strong reddish copper tone are rare and visually stunning. Historical appeal. 1940 was an interesting year, bridging the Great Depression era into the pre-World War II period. History collectors love that story. Mint mark variations. Denver and San Francisco coins often have lower surviving numbers in top grades. Let's highlight two examples. A 1940 D cent in gem red MS65 can sell for over $40,000, while a 1940 S cent in similar grade might push past $45,000 or more at auction. And when a coin is certified by a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC, buyers are confident they're getting a true premium specimen. Collectors also look for minute details. Crisp wheat ears on the reverse. Sharp lettering and date. Even toning and consistent copper color. These small characteristics distinguish a regular circulated coin from a high-value collectible. Even tiny imperfections can influence the final auction price significantly. Now, let's talk about the numismatic market today. With rising interest in coin collecting and historic U.S. coinage, coins like the 1940 cent are trending upward in value. Major auction houses, online marketplaces, and coin shows see collectors actively bidding for quality examples, sometimes paying many times the face value, and that's what makes owning a gem red 1940 cent so exciting. A 1940 US cent may look like pocket change, but in the right condition, it's a treasure. Key takeaways for collectors. Check the mint mark. Philadelphia, no mark. Denver, D. San Francisco, S. Evaluate the condition carefully. Red or red-brown MS coins are the most valuable. Seek professional grading. Certification increases buyer confidence and market value. Follow the auction market. Prices can fluctuate, but high-quality coins are consistently in demand. So, the next time you spot a 1940 cent tucked away in a drawer, take a closer look. That small copper disc could hold real historical and financial value, especially if it shines with its original red copper tone. Who knows? It might just be the next big highlight in the numismatic world. Next up, the 1941 US 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln wheat penny. But here's the twist: we're talking about a coin in bad condition, yet it commands high value in the numismatic market today. Yes, you heard that right. So, why is this coin so special? Let's break it down. The year is 1941. The United States is on the brink of entering World War II. Everyday life is simple, yet coins like the Lincoln cent were part of every transaction, from buying a loaf of bread to a cup of coffee. The Lincoln cent, designed by Victor David Brenner, had been minted since 1909, and by 1941, it was produced in both Philadelphia and Denver. These coins were mostly made of copper, 95% copper, 5% tin and zinc, and were part of the everyday economy. People didn't think of them as collectibles, they were just pennies. But here's where things get interesting. While millions of these coins were minted, the market today treats them very differently depending on condition, mint mark, and even subtle color variations. And that brings us to the so-called copper shade pennies. When collectors say copper shade, they are referring to the color of the coin. A 1941 penny could appear bright red when freshly minted, but over decades, it oxidizes and darkens. Some coins develop a unique, almost glowing reddish-brown tone, often called the copper shade. And here's the catch: even if the coin is in bad condition, meaning it's worn, scratched, or has lost much of its original detail, if it still has a strong, appealing copper shade, collectors often pay a premium. Why? Because color is rare, and rarity drives the collector market. Numismatists, or coin collectors, value visual appeal alongside historical significance. A 1941 copper shade penny, even with wear, can stand out in a collection, and that can push its auction price surprisingly high. Now, let's talk about condition. In numismatics, Coins are graded from poor, P1, all the way to perfect mint state, MS70. Most 1941 pennies you find in circulation are anywhere from good, G4, to very fine, VF20. But here's the key insight. A coin doesn't have to be perfect to be valuable. In fact, some coins in bad condition have sold at auction for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, simply because they have strong eye appeal, a rare mint mark, or a desirable copper shade. For example, a 1941 D penny in worn condition might normally sell for just $1 but add a gorgeous reddish copper patina, and suddenly collectors are bidding $35,000, or even more in today's market. And in high-end numismatic auctions, coins like this can reach astronomical prices if they have historical provenance, or an exceptionally striking appearance, even in what we might call bad condition. When evaluating a 1941 copper shade penny in poor condition, collectors pay attention to three main factors. Color and tone. Even if the coin is worn, a rich copper shade adds significant value. Mint mark, D, for Denver, S, for San Francisco, or no mint mark for Philadelphia. Some are rarer than others. Strike and details. Even in worn coins, if the main features, the date, Lincoln's profile, and the wheat ears, are still visible, collectors will pay a premium. Interestingly, coins that have circulated heavily can sometimes tell a story, which adds sentimental value. Imagine a 1941 penny that's traveled through decades of American history. That story alone can spark bidding wars among collectors. Let's get real numbers. In recent numismatic auctions, a 1941 Philadelphia penny in poor condition with strong copper tone sold for around $45,000. A 1941 D copper shade penny in heavily worn condition fetched over $49,000. Rarely, coins with unique tonal qualities or provenance have gone for several $1,000s. Notice the pattern. Even bad coins can sell for high values if they have eye-catching copper shades. That's why collectors are always on the lookout for these subtle gems in circulation, coin shops, or estate sales. So, if you want to start collecting 1941 pennies, here are some tips. Check circulation coins. Look carefully for unusual color or tone. Sometimes a worn coin has the most stunning copper shade. Inspect mint marks. Certain mint marks are rarer. Denver and San Francisco coins can be more valuable. Don't discount bad condition coins. Even heavily worn pennies can be valuable if the color and tone are appealing. Use magnification. A magnifying glass or loupe helps you spot subtle details that affect value. Follow auctions. Watch how coins are selling today. The market can fluctuate, and trends matter. So, there you have it. The 1941 Lincoln wheat penny, a coin that reminds us that even a humble penny, worn and aged, can be a treasure in the eyes of collectors. Its copper shade, history, and rarity combine to make it a highly desirable numismatic item in today's market. Next time you find an old penny in your pocket change or at a garage sale, remember, it could be more than just 1 cent. It could be a piece of history, a collector's gem, or even a future auction star. If you enjoyed this deep dive into coin collecting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more fascinating numismatic stories, and tell us in the comments, have you ever found a coin that surprised you with its value?